Hello, this is the Part 3 Study Guide Review. I kind of think this might be the more complex study guide out of the three. It has three different units, which is one more than what the previous two study guides have. And the way it's organized is by unit like you've seen before, but what you'll notice is I'm asking you to learn more about the art history because that's what Part 3 is. So let's first look at this example for in Unit 6. So this is the discussion boards and the online quizzes would be Unit 6. Now, as it says up here, all of Unit 6, 7, and 8 images will be in the final. So you would use this entire study guide for your final, but individual units for those discussion boards and online quizzes for that unit. But anyway, let's go to Unit 6. Chapter 3.1, Prehistoric and Ancient Mediterranean. So that kind of lets you know what to expect, what we're going to look at. There are three different art periods that I want you to know, and these will be used for both the final and for your quizzes. And those are prehistoric, so prehistoric out of multiple choice would be A, Middle Ages will be B, and then you'll have C, classical. So for each image listed in Unit 6, you have to know which of those three that it is. So the woman from Windledorf, I've already completed that one. It's prehistoric. So let's look at this up here. I have an example for you. So first, when you see the image title, Woman of Windledorf, you need to go to the index, the back of your book, because not all of the artworks are from that chapter that we're covering. And that's because I just chose separate images because honestly, I feel like they should have included it in that chapter as opposed to maybe one later in the book. So let's get back to this. So you'll look it up. You'll find the page number. In this case, it's on page 659. You're going to look at that image, like you can see the sculpture there on the right, and you're going to learn when you see that image that it's prehistoric. It is not Middle Ages. It is not classical. It is going to be a prehistoric. Well, why? How do you know that? So as a resource, and this is in addition to the PowerPoint videos, I have a chart or a table here. Prehistoric, here are some image examples. Here's 2D and 3D. When you are thinking about time period and culture for prehistoric, it is literally prehistoric art, but we also, for art appreciation, include Mesopotamia and Egyptian art as prehistoric. Explains the subject matter and also the styles, very flat, just no depth and very shallow space. So that's how these art periods will go. I'm going to come back up again. So let's see. Next is vocabulary, and here's vocabulary examples. So after you see all the images, like here's the italicized title, okay, that's prehistoric. The Parthenon, which is in 3.1, is not prehistoric, it is classical, and that's why I wrote classical begins here. But once you complete identifying prehistoric and classical in this chapter, you'll notice that the chapter also has vocabulary for you to look up in your glossary. This vocabulary will appear on your online quizzes and also in any type of writing assignment that I give you, which would at this point mostly be discussion board related. And so you want to look up these. So you're going to study the image in the art period, and then you're going to look up the vocabulary words definition. Let's see, sorry about that, my phone went off. Unit 7 is different from the other two units in Part 3 because these chapters, they cover where the artwork is located as opposed to what art period. So, for example, we have the Great Stupa. It is in India, But that's not what you're going to learn. You're not going to have to know where it is in India or that it's in India. It's going to be more general. You just need to know that it's from Asia. So how would you know that it's from Asia? So again, you're going to go back to this table and you're going to see, okay, so my multiple choice options for this unit are going to be either A, Africa, B, Americas, C, Asia, or D, the Polynesian Islands. So I have an example of this one as well. Okay, so here's the Great Stupa. I took a screenshot. And so you just see the image of the Great Stupa, and you need to know it's from Asia. That's its location. Again, you do not need, I'm not going to have India in the multiple choice. I will have Asia as one of the multiple choice options, which would be the correct answer. I think that's pretty much it. So I hope you understand how to use each of these tables at the end of each unit. The last one goes back to art period and is not by location, just like the first one on the study guide. So you can just kind of see what that looks like. It repeats classical, but then it would be A, classical, B, modern, or C, postmodern as your multiple choice. All right, I'm going to stop there. Thanks.